So later today, TikTok, in partnership with the National Screen Institute, is hosting an event called Your Voice, Your Way, the Power of First-Person Storytelling. Mallory is moderating and is in studio this morning. Hi there.
Hi, good morning.
Are we on TikTok right now?
We are.
Awesome. I love the idea of this event to help amplify voices. Tell us a little bit more about your desire behind putting it on and what you hope young people will take from it.
Well, this event is hosted by TikTok Canada, so I'm coming in as a guest, which I'm very honored to do. It's an opportunity for us to show people what we're doing in TikTok, what we're doing on the platform to reaffirm and strengthen our identities as Indigenous people. And so it's another opportunity to share in those practices and lessons learned so that we can all come together as Indigenous people and try to figure out, okay, how do we use this platform that can strengthen community, can build community, can take us to the next generation where people will feel comfortable telling their story in their own way.
Can you elaborate on an example of sort of what you mean by build community on TikTok?
Absolutely. So TikTok, native TikTok, has this incredible community of people that are supporting one another, whether it's, Indigenous youth and a Mi'kmaq youth on the East Coast or a Cree woman in Alberta. Everybody's in this space to support one another, whether it's business or it's community. It's, even solving like everyday problems. People are so willing to come together and find partnership and collaboration in this space that we wouldn't, necessarily have living two sides of the country.
So it's physically connecting people on a platform.
Absolutely.
Is the tone of the stories, what's the tone of the stories that are shared on TikTok compared to other platforms in your view?
I mean, it's authentic, it's real, it's who we are as Indigenous people, it's who we are as people. It's an opportunity to see, not the perfect image of who you think a business owner would be or who you think this image of a Native youth would look like. It's just us being unapologetically us in this space that was created for us to tell our stories in our own way.
You mentioned business, and that's important because part of your story and what drew you to TikTok is a business story. So I understand it was March 2021. Can you tell us more?
Absolutely. So in March 2021, it was the height of the pandemic. We had submitted for a $5,000 pitch contest and we won. We took that $5,000 and invested it into building Indigenous Box. So Indigenous Box is an e-commerce retailer and corporate gift service on the surface, but it's much bigger than that. We're indigenizing supply chain and logistics by bringing small and medium grassroots Indigenous businesses to spaces that weren't meant for them. And so it's an opportunity for us to champion other Indigenous people, other makers, people who are at home making soap or people who are beading or manufacturing a product. It's telling this story that is of hope and reclaiming space.
What did you hear, as your TikTok really got off the ground? What were you hearing from other, as you mentioned, young Indigenous, whether they were business people, or what kind of feedback did you get?
People were so motivated to support. And I think in the beginning, I really learned a lot about how Native TikTok is this like new frontier. We're navigating this space that gives us this opportunity to share in who we are. And so we started to see, okay, community really wants to see this. Oh, they really like this aspect of our business. Or how do we tell this story that strengthens our business, but also provides benefit for the people who are watching our TikToks?
A lot of people dismiss TikTok. You know this. They'll say, well, how could all of this possibly be true on a platform that is like, so short and so frequent with these little videos? What's your defense for why that's, they're not understanding the platform itself and how it can be used?
I mean, like, you could watch a 1 hour movie and still only get that aha moment. And so I feel like TikTok is like all of those aha moments where you're like, oh my gosh, that's amazing. I want to support this business. Look at what she's doing. Look at what he's doing. I love how they're showcasing hoop dance, how they're, being advocates for Two-Spirit youth. Like, that's incredible. Like, how can I get behind that?
Today's event is closed to the public, but what advice would you give to if there's a young Indigenous person listening, a creator right now, or maybe an aspiring creator, and they want to start making TikToks, but they're not sure of a way into the platform?
I mean, it's about like 1, 2, 3, go. That's what I tell myself, especially when I'm posting TikToks. Like, oh, I can second guess it. I can think about, oh, maybe this isn't the right thing, or maybe I said something that doesn't make sense. It's always 1, 2, 3, go. And then you post it and people, it resonates or it doesn't, and that's okay. There's so many opportunities. But if a young person was looking to get on the platform and was hesitant, I would say just jump in, because there's a whole community of people that are waiting to hear your story.
You were talking about how it can act to build community among, connecting Indigenous communities. Has TikTok shaped or changed how you think about building community? And what's the impact been is what I'm trying to get out on you, on your thinking around it.
For myself, because I have a business called Indigenous Box, we want it to be inclusive of all different nations. So Indian country is so diverse. We have people of all different backgrounds with different traditions, different customs, ceremonies, languages, teachings. I wanted to make a space that was inclusive of everybody. And so online, on this digital community that we have an opportunity to create, you have people from all of these different backgrounds sharing about who they are or what they're doing in their careers or in the arts. And they're all coming together to say a common thing, that we want to be heard, we want to be acknowledged, we want people to listen to our stories from our perspectives and not what you hear in the media or not what you
Unfiltered.
hear, Yeah, exactly.
Yep, just you on the TikTok.
Just me.
Like you are right now.
Exactly.
Should we be waving by? I don't even know. I'm so terrible at TikTok.
Well, you could wave by.
Okay, well, I don't know. Wave by on your,
We'll wave by.
on your device. Mallory, thanks for coming in. I hope you have a successful conversation today.
Thank you so much for having me.
That's Mallory Yongwe, a TikTok creator and the founder and business owner as well. So she's the moderator today of TikTok's Your Voice, Your Way, the power of first-person storytelling. It's a panel today taking off in Winnipeg, and it is also involving the National Screen Institute here. And I think what's really cool is most of the 40 creators who've been participating in the 2023 Accelerator for Indigenous Creators locally from the NSI are going to be taking in today's discussion.
Thank you for watching the CBC Manitoba YouTube channel. Don't forget to like and subscribe. For the latest breaking news and top stories, download the CBC News app.